What's going on, guys? Welcome to Geeking and Drinking, episode 88. We've got trailers, we've got news, we've got casting, and I've got a bone to pick with Steven. So let's go. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Geeking and Drinking. I am one of your hosts, Eddie.
Steven.
And this is episode 88 of Geeking and Drinking, and we are back together. We have lots of things to talk about today. Steven, how you doing?
I am doing pretty good. How you doing, man? We missed you last time.
Yeah, man, I caught your episode, and it was good. I liked it. I saw it uploaded, and one thing I need to bring up. I needed to bring up because.
Well, should we bring it up first, or should we get the beers first?
Well, no, I want to bring it up first because
Okay.
because I come bearing gifts. But yeah, I watched the episode. Great episode. Loved it. Downloaded it. Listened to it while I was working. I didn't watch it, but I listened to it. Speaking of that, you guys don't know we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff. So go and follow us and listen to us there if you don't like to watch the video. Anyway, so I wish I wanted to record it, to record it so I could play it for you, but you're like, yeah, I'm wearing soda this week. Eddie couldn't make it, and I had my drink, and I what? Eddie couldn't make it. Eddie didn't know. I was all like, yes. What? No, I'm just kidding. I just thought it was funny. Either way, if we would have tried to plan to record last week, I wouldn't have done it because I was painting.
Exactly. Why?
Doing arts and crafts. I was painting. No, I was painting my
His
house.
finger painting.
Yeah.
He was drawing tigers.
I was painting my house. So that, what a weekend.
Fun, right? Painting is a lot of fun.
It's time consuming. Like I don't know. It went by pretty fast. I was listening to a lot of music and this and that. But
I remember when you were telling us about it, and we asked you, so did you tape off the parts that you're not going to get paid on? You're like, what?
well, of course, that's only thing I didn't tape was like the roof, but
we didn't tape the roof. What about the ceiling?
Well, yeah, the ceiling. Yeah, that's what I meant. But I did buy extra. We did get extra paint to like do touch ups, which I've yet to do. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, I mean, good episode. So, like I said, I've come bearing gifts. Another side story. I woke up early this morning. I had something to do really early this morning, so I woke up and I was like, no, I'm gonna go to the store and go get beer, So I went to H-E-B, and I got a 6-pack, which I ended up still finding now. But and then I got two different beers, like single can ones. So I was like, oh, these look interesting to try. And they were both from San Antonio. So one of them was the one I got for me. And again, I went to the store trying really hard not to get an IPA. Like I was like, no more IPAs. Like, you gotta stop doing IPAs. But literally, that's all they have in the shelves. I mean, they have other stuff, but it's just like, majority of it's IPAs. So anyway, what I got for myself was Velociraptor from Freetail, their IPA. They have it there on tap at the brewery. Anyway, I got that. They have it in a can, so I was like, I found it. I was like, okay, I get that for me. And for you, girl, I wish I had the name of it. It is what's the name? It's Betty Kolsch, right? From High Wheel or from Dorkel?
Mm-hmm.
Betty?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this one was, I forgot the name of it. Fuck, I really wish I had the name of it. But it was a black Kolsch.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was pretty cool. I forgot the name of it, but I was like, I was gonna get that, but then I went to go check out. It was like 8 in the morning, and they're like, oh no, we don't sell beer until 10. I'm like, what? And so I have to, but I didn't get the beer, but I ended up going back to the store, got the 6-pack I was originally gonna get, and I decided to get us something each. So,
ooh, surprise.
Well, for me, I mean, I like IPAs. So I got myself an IPA. This is from Weathered Souls. It is the Black is Beautiful Volume 2. Remember they had that series? This is a hazy IPA. And for you, I saw something and I was like, oh, this is interesting, so. It is from Blue Owl Brewing, because I know you like the sours.
Oh, yes.
And this is a White Tiger's Blood pineapple, banana, cinnamon, sour.
What? Interesting.
So I got that for you, and I got this for me.
I mean, a pineapple banana sounds good.
Cinnamon?
Cinnamon. That's the intriguing part.
Yeah, super. Super intriguing. But so that's why I got that for you. And I honestly was looking for like another. Man, I really wish I would have got the ones I was looking before. But like, I was looking for like another kind of interesting one. But all I could find was this Black is Beautiful one that I think I would like. So I was like, oh, just get the IPA. But we could definitely try each other's. This is again, I forgot when it was. I think it was back in 2020 or 2021. They had the Black is Beautiful series.
It was a collaboration that a lot of breweries were doing at the time, right?
Yeah, with the National Black Brewers Association.
Weathered Souls was the one that started the.
So all the brew stations will go to development and growth of black brewers nationwide. This is the design. It says Weathered Souls and Dogfish Head on here, so I don't know. I think this is from Weathered Souls because it says San Antonio. But yeah, coming at 7%. Black is Beautiful. Black is Beautiful. Volume 2, Hazy IPA. So you got that for you there.
Whoa, you definitely smelled the bananas in this one.
Really?
So, like Eddie said, the one he got me is from Blue Owl Brewing, which is in Austin, Texas. Not Boston, Austin, Texas. And
Austin, Massachusetts.
It's called the White Tiger's Blood. Pineapple, banana, cinnamon, sour smashed. Mashed. Yeah. So interesting. I mean, dude, you can literally smell
smell it.
The bananas.
The
bananas are definitely overwhelming.
Be in it.
I could definitely smell the pineapple. Not sure about the cinnamon though. And you would think, a cinnamon.
Yeah. I want to freeze it. I want to freeze it in wintertime and skate on it. And melt it in the springtime and drink it.
Ooh. I haven't had a sour in a while,
Well, I don't know what something gets clenched up, tensed up on your, yeah. I mean, it's good. It's good. I mean, it's a hazy IPA. It's actually pretty smooth with a little bit of bitterness, but it's not too bad. But yeah, how's that? It's good. You like it? Nice. So yeah, guys. Yeah.
Very, very refreshing.
Nice.
Oh my god, that's so good.
So yeah, we have. We no in particular order of things. I know we got a lot of things to talk about.
I want it to be in me.
I wanted to put his dick in me. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. This that happened this past week. But one thing I wanted to just touch on really quick was, and the only reason I want to touch on is because one of them,
because he loves these Sony movies so much.
I've only ever seen the Venom ones. At that, I only seen the first Venom, and I wasn't a huge fan of it. But yeah, anyway, we're talking about Madam Web's opening box office. I mean, it opened up February 14th on Wednesday, Valentine's Day. And this movie was already met with a bunch of criticism and people already going in this movie kind of like thinking it's going to be the worst thing ever. And by what we're seeing so far with the box office, it is honestly it's bringing in the worst opening for a Sony Spider-Man spinoff yet. And that's because Morbius managed to pull in $39.1 million in its 3-day debut. Madam Web, on the other hand,
what I think helped Morbius was the Michael Keaton cameo.
Maybe because again, that one had promises of a Spider-Man character in it, and that was kind of
because they showed the Spider-Man in
the
poster in the background.
And I never seen it, so I can't speak to what they do and do not do in that movie. I just know it doesn't go anywhere.
I did watch it. I only watched it because what did I watch on? It was on
Netflix. It was on Netflix for a while.
Yes, it was on Netflix, and I had downloaded it, and I watched it.
Downloaded it?
Yeah, because when I was flying to Vegas last year for my birthday, I downloaded it just to watch it because we were going to be on a plane for 3 hours or something like that. So I was like, I'll just watch this. And, I am when something doesn't interest me so much.
You fell asleep.
So... But that's not also to say that because I had to wake up super early to get the plane, but It wasn't good. It wasn't bad.
It just was.
It just was.
Yeah. Well, and at that too, like some of these movies are like, you know, and like there are some movies out there that like they get that reputation of being so bad that it's good. Apparently, with this one with Madam Web, it's just bad. You know. So with
which kind of sucks because I mean it had potential. I kind of think it kind of did with the characters it was featuring.
I mean, the cast. I think the cast. If anything else, like as far as like the characters, like Madam Web, like you think of Madam Web, I think back to the Spider-Man animated series from the 90s, and like Madam Web was like this old like woman-looking character who wore glasses, like a red kind of like suit, and like
glasses, kind of like Dr. Octavia's glasses.
Yeah. And when they announced that it was Dakota Johnson, I'm like, wait, what? And then they were announced Sydney Sweeney and Isabella Mercer and then like some other actress that they were gonna be like Spider Women and you know this and that. But coming in second place behind Bob Marley's One Love, Madam Web is claiming 17.6 million in a traditional weekend, which is like the week couple of days. But since it came out Valentine's Day, it has a longer period, but it's even just gonna pull in 25.8 million. Which is like that's low. That's low. Expectedly with especially with the reported budget for this movie is 80 million, which is not including promotion and theater costs. So it's like a little bit, maybe like $100 million. So like they're
So they're gonna take a loss.
Oh, definitely. But yeah, I just like I feel bad because I like Dakota Johnson. Sydney Sweeney's up and coming. I like Isabella Mercer. She. From what I hear, she's probably the best, like one of the best, if anything, the best anything in the movie. Unfortunately, here Sydney Sweeney is not.
She's the one that came out.
Sicario. And she was also Dora the Explorer.
She also came out. I don't know if you saw that with that Mark Wahlberg movie.
Family.
Instant Family.
Instant Family. Yeah,
that was a good one.
Yeah, so she's good. I like her, and she's also gonna be playing Hawk Girl in James Gunn's Superman Legacy. Yep. So she's already cast in DC movie. So again, like it's just, and I'm not gonna get into it because there's just a list of issues that were going on with this movie, but like there is already stuff going on, so
my big question here is what is Sony's ultimate plan here with all these side movies, based on Spider-Man villains, because we also got Kraven the Hunter coming up soon with Aaron Taylor Johnson playing Kraven,
and it's already being out there that Venom 3 is going to come out eventually, whenever they make it. But it's just like, yeah, and I do know, like, the behind the scenes of it all, like it's part of their agreement with Marvel that they have to make a movie every so often to hold the rights to all the rights they have for the Spider-Man and Spider-Man characters.
But my thing too is like, since Sony is sharing the character of Spider-Man with Marvel, and I mean, obviously they do got to feature some of their Spider-Man villains, which we've already gotten
all the
Mysterio, Vulture.
We've already got all the ones that, like, well, not really. Like, we got the ones, because I was thinking of Spider-Man No Way Home, where we got all the villains that we already had already.
Yeah.
So, but
recycled villains.
Yeah. Much. I don't know, man. Like, and it's also rumored too that
and then that whole thing that went on in the last Spider-Man, where the different multiverses were coming into play.
Honestly, man, like I think back to Spider-Man No Way Home, and although it was a fun movie and like a spectacle, or whatever, that movie does not like hold up really well. Like I've watched them, just like this story's kind of like doesn't really make a lot of sense, and
kind of what's going on with all of their latest movies.
Yeah, like it you could really see the flaws in the movie, and like again, like at the time, and I think maybe in the review we did after we watched it, like like you watch it in theater with the crowd, and like it's fun, it's exciting, because you see these characters, everybody's cheering, everybody's applauding, this and that. But when you're at home by yourself and you're watching it, and Andrew Garfield takes off his mask, he literally pauses. It doesn't say anything for like a good maybe like 3 seconds, because it's like gotta leave room for applause,
dead air.
Yeah, dead air. So it's just like I don't know. That being said, I don't know what they plan to do with these, because it would be interesting to be like have them all in a movie together. You know, like Dakota Johnson, Jared Leto, Tom Hardy, Aaron Taylor Johnson. Now that's a cast. That's a good cast. Yeah. But
I mean, because like there was even the right. It was at the end of No Way Home, or yeah, right. Third one was No Way Home. Mm-hmm. With the whole Tom Hardy and Venom.
Oh yeah. And again, this is one of those things where it's just like, it's probably not going to, you know, maybe it means something, maybe it doesn't. We don't know. You know?
And then, you know, like a piece of Venom got left behind. Yeah. You know, what are they going to do with that?
I just, a lot of that stuff, I don't think that, like, Sony even knows what they're going to do with it. Like, you know.
It seemed like, oh my God, like, Venom was intrigued with this guy. And it's like, is there even a Peter Parker in the Venom verse, you know? Like.
Yeah, I don't.
And, you know, my other thing, too, is like I don't know what's up. You know, the writing is more terrible with the Sony movies than it is with the Marvels, definitely. Mm-hmm. And I mean, like, how are you gonna bring out Carnage and, you know, just straight up like
ruin
him? Like,
I mean, that pretty much did it a lot. I mean,
like, don't get me wrong, he looked fucking badass. He looked cool. You know, it was great to see Carnage on the big screen for the very first time ever. But then it was just like a one off. That was it. Like, that's it. We're not gonna get anything else. Like, there's not gonna be like, oh my God, he could come back. Like, what? Like, what the fuck? Like, This is a big major character. You know, a big one for Spider-Man and Venom. You know, like.
Yeah, I hope. I'm eager to see what's gonna happen if they're gonna announce any more spin-offs. If, like, you know, what they're gonna do, because like. They're knocking out of the park with the animated movies, you know, with the Spider-Verse movies. Like, those are some of the best, you know, superhero genre movies that we have, you know. So it's just like, why do y'all keep making these other, like, just nothing movies? Like, you know, like, it's obviously not going to go anywhere. Like, and then apparently, like, with Spider-Man 4, whenever they do it, like, Marvel wants to do, like, you know, back to basics Spider-Man, you know, like, you know, for your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, he's on his own, he's back to his own, to do this and that, and wanted to be his story. But Sony, on the other hand, it's been, you know, put out there that, or rumored that, like, they want to bring Toby and Andrew back and do a whole other multiverse thing, you know. And it's just like, that just kind of like ruins what you did in the other movie, which was barely even good, you know. So it's just like, they just don't know what they're doing, man. They really don't know what they're doing. And it's just like, ugh. And I think it's just frustrating because, like, right now superhero movies in general are, like, getting, like, a bad, like, rep, and Marvel is partly to blame for that, but a lot of the blame is for Sony because they put out trash movies, you know. And, like, so everybody's just like, oh, another superhero movie. And of course DC, you know, they all contribute into making, like, just shitty movies. Studios, like, you know, trying to, like, make a quick buck. And pushing out, like, mediocre to shitty superhero movies to the point where just, like, now, like I've even kind of, like, grown sour on superhero movies. I'm like, you know, like Deadpool, I'm really hoping, everybody's hoping, we'll talk about it, you know, that Deadpool's gonna, like, you know, Deadpool's going to, like, you know, reignite that flame for Marvel. But at the same time, we were all fooled with the Flash. We thought the Flash was gonna, like, do something and it was gonna, like, be awesome and they're gonna turn it around, and no. One of the biggest disappointments, like, ever was the Flash. So that being said, we can move on.
Well, okay. I mean, we're still gonna stick with the superhero thing because let's just move on. In the same topic on, you know, you brought up Deadpool.
We finally got
Deadpool.
Our
and I love it. This is what you definitely call a teaser trailer. Mm-hmm. There was barely anything given to you.
Yeah.
There was, like, certain, like, Easter eggs and stuff like that people were catching and stuff like that. I don't know, man. I don't really think that one guy was Dr. Doom.
Oh, no. I don't. Who are you talking about? I know someone keeps talking about it, but who, like.
Where he's, like, standing there. He just, like, got his mask on. He's got a gun.
Oh, and that thing's kind of like no.
That's way, like,
they would
way
not,
too far out there just to be like, oh, dude, like Dr. Doom, like,
it's in a trailer. No,
like, no,
honestly,
man.
people are so eager to, like, see who they are going to cast that they latch on to anything that looks like Dr. Doom.
Yeah, and then, I mean, especially too that the fact that they when Deadpool's laying there and you see the shadow of Wolverine coming up,
Yeah,
and there's that comic.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be the Secret Wars, and it's
yeah. We should put like we should take screenshots of the trailer and put them up as we're talking about it so they could see. But yeah, that basically like the last shot of that of the trailer where you see Deadpool on the floor and Wolverine silhouette in the corner. You see like just like it's a cover of a comic that's in the dirt, and it's I think it's Secret Wars, I think Volume 5 or Secret Wars 5 or something, and it has, and on the cover it features Doctor Doom, so like people are like, oh, that's an Easter egg, you know, so like which it may be, it may not be, you know. I love the trailer. I'm just really hoping that like Marvel just doesn't ruin this, you know, like, you know, the MCU.
I really do hope that Ryan Reynolds had a big hand in everything, because I know Marvel is real specific about how they do things.
Yeah, and I'm like you know, pretty much like we hope they gave him, you know, free reign to do just do it, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, you get the joke, oh, like pagan's not new for me, but it's for Disney, you know. So they're already making the jokes, you know, which is like, okay, yeah, it's expected, but is that going to be like? Is he made that the whole movie? No, because it's just like
from the very beginning of the trailer. As soon as I saw him with the wig, I was just like, oh my god.
Seeing that too. So like, okay, so if we're gonna like go through the trailer, like like it shows him with the wig, and you know it shows people around him that were in the last movie, but aren't some of them dead? Like I know Shadowstar is dead. Like,
did they show Shadowstar?
I think so.
I don't know, dude.
I know some of them died in the second one, but
well, like, I mean, remember but
then also Vanessa's dead too.
Well, I was gonna say, remember he went back in time. Remember he uses
So yeah, so that's something like people remember, like
he uses
like
cables.
That he was using his cables thing and going, you know, and messing with different timelines. So that's why the TVA shows up at his door. You know, so it's like, okay, that makes sense. You know, that I can see that. So maybe he's just hanging out in some random timeline where everybody he knows and loves is still alive.
Well, I think he brought back Vanessa.
Okay, so that too.
Because he went back to where, you know, from the beginning, and then he like, stopped the bullet and then killed the bad guy.
So, you know, and then they, you know, you show him going to the TVA, and then of course they look different, you know, this and that. I like that line where he's all Mr. Wade. He goes, you seem to have soiled yourself when you're unconscious, and he's all like, I wasn't unconscious. Anyway, it's just like, so stupid.
Huh? I wasn't unconscious.
But yeah, I'm just like, I'm still a little worried. I'm still a little worried just because of like how disappointed we have been lately with Marvel movies and Marvel properties in general. Yes.
And
like,
this is basically the official Deadpool Marvel, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not associated with Marvel.
No, yeah, this is Marvel Studios, you know, Deadpool, and so like a big thing that people, again, and I'm really trying not to like put in, you know, invest too much in a lot of these like speculated, like you know, we do know from set photos that like the 20th Century Fox, you know, kind of logo is in, you know, in ruins in the background, so people are like, oh, he's gonna go back in time, and he's gonna go travel through the multiverse, and he's gonna kill off the Fox X-Men and the Fox you know, whatever Fox characters. I don't know necessarily he's gonna do that. Like, I do think a lot of Fox characters are gonna show up, and we did get an appearance from Pyro. You know, he makes an appearance in the trailer.
Then, don't forget the end credit from the Marvels with Beast.
Beast is hanging around in MCU.
That was a different multiverse too.
Jennifer Gardner's Elektra was already kind of like, you know, rumored to be in this movie. You know, so like, there's a lot of different things. You know, and not that too. In the trailer, we get I'll show it right now. We get that shot of like, you know, it looks like Wolverine from the back. He's wearing a white tuxedo, and the people are thinking, oh, is that Patch? You know, I wasn't familiar with Patch, and you know, from what I understand, he is basically just an alias of Wolverine. He's Wolverine, just pretty much like puts on a white suit, puts on a patch, and runs around Madripoor and says that's his name, Patch. And people are like, oh shit, like, and again, speculation. They're like, what if that's Daniel Radcliffe? Because, you know, Daniel Radcliffe was one of the ones rumored to take over Wolverine. So, like, what if that's Daniel Radcliffe? What if that's Taron Egerton, you know, like, this and that. So it's just like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to, like, it's going to be him, you know, is it not? It's just going to be fucking Hugh Jackman, you know? There's just so many things, like, but I don't know. I like, and this is the only Marvel movie coming out this year.
Yeah. And again, excuse me. You know how I am. I'll watch I watch the teaser trailer. I'll watch the first official trailer, but after that, I will not watch the second or the final trailers that they do because, like, again, I like to go in, wanting to be surprised. I try not to take in all the fan theories and other speculations going on as well. I just want to take it in as it is, and I mean, again, ever since Miss Marvel, we've slowly but surely been getting a lot of stuff about mutants and stuff like that. So,
and since last time you got together, I think I had saw it, and you recently just watched it because it came out on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, it was good up until the very, very Disney-fied part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
the singing.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you mean.
But other than that, it was real entertaining. I liked it. Again, the one other than the writing, with these new movies from for this new phase. Thank you. Villains. I have a real thing with the villains. They're just not there for me. Basically, this villain from the Marvels is still basically Ronin, but in the female version to me. You know, because I mean, she had the hammer and everything. She was still Kree. It was still just her fighting the Kree. Like, we didn't really get introduced into anything new, basically.
Yeah, I mean, other than like the additional characters, with Kamala Khan and Monica Rambeau, which I went back to go like start WandaVision again from the beginning, and those first few episodes, like, man, I missed that like period, although I did have COVID when that show came out, when the first two episodes came out. Like, I remember watching it on the iPad, like in a room, but man, I remember how excited everybody was, and just like, oh, what's this gonna mean? And who would have known? Like 2 years later, we're like, like, what do you think about the post credit scene though? Not with the one with Beast, but the one with Kamala Khan. She's kind of going around assembling a team.
Oh yeah. I totally forgot about that one. That's cool because I know they've been teasing the Young Avengers for a long time, and with a lot of these young actors coming out. I mean, obviously people were talking about that when when they featured Wanda's kids, obviously, and then when we got Haley Steinfeld, teaming up with Hawkeye,
Kate Bishop. We got what's her name? Elena Belova from Black Widow.
And then what? America
Chavez.
from
Doctor Strange.
So yeah, it was pretty cool. I hope they do something pretty good with it. Now, whether I want that to be like a movie or series, it just kind of depends. I mean, how they're gonna assemble the team in general.
Yeah, I don't know.
And if they do, sorry to interrupt you, if they do end up doing a series, I would limit it to like the way they did Echo. Maybe like a 4 to 5 episode series. That way you just get straight into everything and then not prolong like 3 episodes to a big story that's going to end up into a big conflict. Just go straight into it.
See, like I don't know, like, yeah, I agree with you, but then like I'm always like, whenever a new show comes out and it's like 6 episodes, I'm like, only 6, and like and then by the time we get to that 5 and 6, it's like everything seems so rushed, and like we're always left with like, well, how are they gonna tie up everything? And then like it always just kind of like, oh.
As disappointed I was with Echo, because I really felt that was gonna be a good one. I mean, it still wasn't bad, but it wasn't what I was expecting it to be.
Definitely,
it wasn't when I was like, oh, this is gonna be the first rated TV MA series, and I was like, that's it, dude. Like, this was nothing compared to what Daredevil was, and I'm rewatching the first 2 seasons.
Yeah,
and I'm like, dude, the first 2 seasons of Daredevil, especially season 2 with the Punisher, it's like what they did with Echo was like nothing. Like,
yeah,
it was still like very like mild.
Yeah,
compared to Daredevil and the Punisher.
Yeah, for sure. And also too, like, I mean, I don't know if you ever talked about on the show, but like they like shot and like more than I think half of Daredevil, Born Again, and like Marvel. Like this time, like this is the time before the Marvels came out, so it's like they're trying to like figure out they're trying to fix everything. So they pretty much started from scratch, and by all counts, but different rumors and this and that, like they're going back to like the Netflix kind of like model of doing it. And again too, like I'm like, okay, that's cool, but like this is Disney doing it, so like we can get that fake blood splatter, like it's just that's the thing. Like with Echo, they're like, oh yeah, it's gonna be TVMA, and I'm like, okay, but this is Disney, so how what kind of TVMA, and obviously they have the fake CGI blood, this and that. I'm like, see, it's just like that that just doesn't look good, like so I'm just like, that's what makes me worried. I'm. And of course, they brought back Foggy and Karen, the actors.
Yeah,
that
which them respectively. I even heard rumors that don't get too attached because there may be.
Yeah, but I'd rather that than them being killed off screen and how they were originally going to do it, allegedly,
But anyways, so what I was going back to, because you asked about the Young Avengers, I said maybe like a short episodes or short series, and you're kind of like because I feel with Echo being only 5 episodes, I think I was like, you know what, I was good with that. That's fine for me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have no grievance with that because, they, again, I like that they just went straight into it. They continued off from Hawkeye and then went right into it.
Yeah.
And, the fight scenes were really good. I really dug them, especially in the first episode where she's fighting Daredevil.
Mm-hmm. So. And I did like how, like, because Daredevil was heavily, not heavily, but he was featured in, like, the promotional stuff for Echo. So people were like, oh, Daredevil wasn't being this and that. I did like that he was just only in the first episode, and that was it. Him and Hawkeye. I'm like, oh, we got that. I think I was watching. I'm like, damn, we're getting a episode right now with both Hawkeye is Ronin and Daredevil. Like that's cool. Like that's cool. And Kingpin. Like, what are we doing? Like that was fucking cool. But yeah, I am glad that it stayed there. Alrighty. So we're on to the next beer and possibly the next subject. Steven's gonna down that one, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So
I mean, again, a few of the topics that I had are still within the Marvel thing. I don't know if you want to keep continuing on with that, or
how about you chug that and I will talk real fast. So so the last time we recorded, and again, real quick, I'm not gonna go into it too much, but like, there were some movies that I wanted to see, and so since then I have seen, some of the anticipated movies. So, rewatch Oppenheimer. I like it, but I mean, I do like it. It's a good movie. It's a great movie. But like, for someone who doesn't understand what they're talking about, it's kind of hard to follow. And yeah, but I still love it. It's really good. That was my favorite movie of last year, but I think what took over it is Killers of the Flower Moon on Apple TV. Great movie.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert Downey Jr.
Robert
De Niro,
Lily Gladstone.
Directed by Martin Scorsese.
Yeah. I thought that movie was amazing. It was super good. Hard to watch, but I mean, 3 hours also, like Oppenheimer's really good. I watched Iron Claw. I was a bit disappointed with that, honestly. Again, good movie.
What's that one on?
No, I went to theaters. Yeah,
okay.
Good movie. Super depressing. The ending, shit, like got me. But I'm familiar with their story, and like the movie just kind of like told it really like
of course.
Really vaguely, But I don't like it. Just they focus on certain things more than do others.
I mean, obviously that's what most.
And I love Zac Efron. He's really good in the movie, but I cannot get past his fucking Botox. Like it distracts me so bad. Like it really does. And that's because I'm in the minority. People are like, "Oh, he's amazing." Yes, and he is. But the work, man, it just like it distracts me. And last but not least, I watched Godzilla -1, and that shit is awesome. I highly recommend it if you're a fan of Godzilla movies. I highly recommend checking out that one just to like,
especially if you were a fan of the old school Godzilla
Yo,
movies.
definitely. I will say this without giving any spoilers about the movie itself, but like the Godzilla model, the character of it, Godzilla, like in the movie, is very reminiscent of like an old school Godzilla. He doesn't move like a crazy as now. He's very like stiff, but it's like meant to pay homage to the original. So because of that, I liked it. But all good. What are we drinking?
All right, so Ace pouring his beer here. I think this is a new one from Altstadt in Fredericksburg, Texas. I've never really seen this one, but this is their G-IPA, German style Indian Pale Ale, coming at 5.3% alcohol. Again, I think this is one of their new ones because they started making more beers because their original lineups were only the Kolsch.
Kolsch was red. Their lager, which is blue. Their Hefeweizen, which was purple. And then they had I actually have one in there. It's a Pilsner, which is yellow. And yeah, this one is new. I haven't seen this one.
And then, of course, when the season comes, they're real good good with the Oktoberfest.
Yeesh.
So, but yeah, I thought the Pils was also fairly new too.
Okay, maybe it might be because I haven't seen it, but I saw it one day and I was like, okay, right. Mm-hmm. But I have had this beer before. This just G-IPA.
Oh damn! I thought I had found something new. Well, I haven't had it, so it's gonna be new for me.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Here we go. Cheers again.
Yep. So, yeah.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, it's not as
potent.
Like juicy and potent as like a regular IPA. It's reminds me a lot of like a skunky Pilsner, but IPA. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Ooh, this is definitely good.
Yeah. So, do you have any interest in watching, either Oppenheimer or Killers of the Flower Moon? I only asked because
definitely Killers of the Flower Moon. That was one that I wanted to watch, and I kind of totally forgot that it had came out. And
dude,
everything.
That movie, like I don't know, it was just really good. Like I'm just super intrigued by everything, like the time period that they like it set in, and like it was just super intriguing to me, and like I think that's why I liked it the most, over Oppenheimer. But again, Oppenheimer is an amazing film.
Yeah, and as far as Oppenheimer, I definitely want to see it. Just just say that I saw it as well. But that one didn't really intrigue me even when it was coming out in theaters. I wasn't like, oh my god, I gotta go see this one. Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, I did.
So
I love Nolan.
Like I don't know, like his timepieces, I'm not too crazy about. Like Dunkirk. And
I actually started watching Dunkirk again this morning.
And obviously this one, but like I love his like. Action ones, like Interstellar, Inception,
the Dark Knight franchise,
Tenet. I really wanted to rewatch Tenet again because I know when we saw it, we're all confused. But like, I mean, the action sequences were freaking amazing. Like I love those types of movies that he makes like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, his like historical timepieces, I'm just not a big fan of that he does.
Mm-hmm. I get it because. I will say Oppenheimer. It's again like it's good. I don't know. Like it's just it's. I don't want to call it boring because that's like I feel like that's negative. Being negative about it. Like it's definitely like there's a lot of dialogue. Like a lot of dialogue. And
me, I'm not big on a lot of dialogue.
Yeah, and the thing is, like,
give me the action, man. I'm the action guy
and
here.
There's no action in this movie at all. Like so like but. It just builds up the suspense of things, like especially with the music. The music in this movie is fantastic.
See, I'm not a big fan of this guy, Michael Bay, but I know if he would have attempted to do this movie, we would have at least gotten one or two explosions, man.
Oh no, we get explosions. They're just they're in a testing call it
No, I'm telling you, Michael Bay would have gotten more in like in depth with the explosion.
Oh yeah, and then there would have been like like a hot chick in the corner with like short shorts or something, like Michael Bay. Yeah, with with Megan Fox, So yeah, you said you had more topics, so let's
just real quick though, we could go through them as fast as we can. They were just topics I had.
List them off.
Since we were going off with Marvel.
Do it.
Let's go with real quick. Fantastic Four. We officially got the cast.
Oh, I thought that was going to be big news. I thought we were talking about big news.
Oh. Well, I mean, it's not like that big. But.
Honestly, yeah, you're right. Let's do that. Because it wasn't that big of news. It's like the worst kept secret in Hollywood right now. This cast was there's a podcast I listen to. I'm gonna shout him out. John Roca and Jeff Snyder, the Hot Mic, and Jeff Snyder is a investigative journalist, so he breaks scoops like this. Scoops. And so this scoop was broken on Hot Mic maybe 4 to 6 months ago. So it's already been in people's head this is gonna this is gonna be the cast, but it wasn't ever officially confirmed until this past Valentine's Day with Marvel.
Yeah, posting. And I kind of had mentioned it in the solo episode that I did. That there was rumors. So far, I think at the time only 3 were official, which was Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, and
Evan Moss Bachrach.
Yeah,
which is cousin from the Bear.
Which I didn't even realize. Hello, this is gonna be his second Marvel appearance.
Hold up. Second. Hold on. Yes, Punisher.
It was Micro.
Yeah.
And basically, before Kevin Feige and Marvel wanted to announce the
Punisher the show on Netflix. Sorry.
Announced the cast. I think they were waiting on Joseph Quinn at the time, which he officially approved. He said yes. So there we go. We got our royal family from Marvel, or what do they call them? I think it's right.
Yeah, well, the first superhero family.
The first superhero family. There you go.
Yeah. So again, we have Pedro Pascal, Mr. Fantastic, Vanessa Kirby. Okay, so Pedro Pascal, obviously Pedro Pascal from Mandalorian, Last of Us, blah 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 blah. Vanessa Kirby, she comes out in a lot of Mission Impossible movies. I forgot what else, but she
was recently on Napoleon, but she's also from The Crown.
Napoleon, yeah, The Crown, yes, The Crown. So, and then we got Joseph Quinn plays the Human Torch. He's Eddie from Stranger Things. What's up? And then we got Evan Moss Bachrach from The Bear, Andor, Girls, Punisher season 2. So solid cast. I think solid cast. So now the question is, who's going to be Doom?
Well, okay, the question is there going to be a Doom, or are we going to finally get Galactus, or are we going to also get a Silver Surfer? Because with Silver Surfer, there's also rumors that Anya Taylor-Joy is supposed to play that role. They're going to do a female version.
And Galactus is rumored to be Javier Bardem.
I've also heard Antonio Banderas.
Gross. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. And
Marvel. Marvel always wants to go big. So
as far as Doom,
and me how I felt about Doom. I go, if they ever did a Doom movie, if Marvel ever brings out Doom, I'd rather them do a solo Doom movie.
Yeah,
I think that would be.
Yeah, but I think they're at this point they're
And then here's the other thing, though, too. So apparently I was also reading about Fantastic Four, is that it's not going to be a present day movie. Yeah, no. It's going to take place in the 60s.
60s.
So that's also going to be interesting.
Yeah. And then, so I'm hoping it's going to be something that's going to be, not too dependent on our current situation in the MCU.
And this is not the first time that the MCU's done... a superhero that wasn't in present day. We got Captain Marvel that was based in the 90s.
Captain America
in the 40s during World War II. Obviously.
Yeah. I think it'd be pretty cool. We'll see when we get there. I'm just trying to get through Deadpool, So the cast is good. Pedro Pascal wasn't. And not because I don't think he's good or anything. I just think he's in too much stuff. He's in Mandalorian. He's in,
he's
Last
his
of Us.
voice is in Mandalorian. Yeah,
that is true. That is true. So yeah, it's just like, but it's just one of those things like, oh, he's in everything. It's kind of like Chris Pratt doing every single animated character, his voice. So it's just like, again, but I honestly, if I could try to like imagine it, I can imagine like, Pedro Pascal and Evan Moss-Barack, like, because Ben Grimm and Reed Richards are like best friends apparently, right? So I could see them being friends, and I could see Joseph Quinn being at odds with Reed Richards because he's Sue Storm's younger brother, and I could see Sue Storm, and and I could see Pedro Pascal as a nerd, like so. Yeah, I mean, I like the cast, but again, worst kept secret.
And last thing that we can also get through real quick.
That was quick.
There was last week I saw something. There was talks about what's going on with the Marvel's Thunderbolts. Mm-hmm. They got a little quote from Florence Pugh indicating it kind of feels like it still might not happen because of the amount of time it has been on pause. Let's also remember that we're getting Captain America Brave New War next year in 2025, and Harrison Ford has been cast as Thanius Thunderbolt Ross in replacement of the late William Hurt. So, and there were pictures of Anthony Mackie and Harrison Ford on set together.
There's also pictures of Seth Rollins in the movie, but he's been cut out from the movie
because he got hurt. Because isn't he hurt?
Well, no. I'm saying that he filmed this a long time ago. Like
they still show him on as part of the cast still too.
Well, like, yeah. Well, I know he's like he worked on it and he had shot scenes, but like since then I've heard that like they've like been cutting and editing and and doing like kind of switching things around. So
they never really officially said what role he was
playing. It's probably just like a grunt role or something. But.
So, and the thing too is with the new Captain America movie is Liv Taylor and Tim Blake Nelson are going to be returning
from the Incredible Hulk from 2008,
7,
2009, because it came out after Iron Man.
Yeah,
Iron Man came out in 2008. Probably 2008 or 2009, one of those two. But yeah, they're in those movies or that movie. So yeah, they were supposed to come back in this one. But I don't know. As far as the Thunderbolts goes, like,
2008.
Yeah. So as far as Thunderbolts goes, like, I don't know. I'm like, I would like it to come out, but it's just like. Only reason I would like it to happen, and I hope it still does, is because like you get Florence Pugh, Sebastian Stan, David Harbour, as their respective characters. You got Elena, Winter Soldier, and what's his name? Red Guardian.
Red Guardian.
I mean, and then fucking Secret Agent played by Wyatt Russell. So like I like them, but then the other two were like Ghosts from Ant-Man and the Wasp, the chick that played Ghost.
Yeah, which I don't think they're still going with.
And then Taskmaster from Black Widow.
See, I love Taskmaster.
But like those two are just so odd ones. I'm like those like if you want
actually the most odd one is Ghost. I can more see Taskmaster if I had to choose between the two.
I mean I guess, but it's just like, and again, like I went back to rewatch Black Widow, and that movie is actually
it's good.
It's good. I like it.
It's
but
got
like
action.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it got some action. Like it's like it's so good. I love the chemistry with the family, but it's just like the whole Taskmaster storyline was just like, I mean, it's cool, but it's just like it's the guy's daughter, and then she's brainwashed, and it's just like, okay, I guess like she's gonna be in the Thunderbolts, So I don't know. I mean. I would like it to come out, so we'll see, I guess.
Yeah. And I guess last few things. I know your favorite because you mentioned Chris Pratt. We're going to be getting a new Jurassic World movie, dude, next year.
I thought it was Jurassic Park franchise. That's not so much Jurassic World.
No, it's going to be Jurassic World, but it is going to be the original writer from the first two Jurassic Parks writing this new one.
Yeah, I saw Jurassic World. I didn't even watch Fallen Kingdom. Never seen Dominion. So
and then
like,
David Lynch is supposed to direct.
Yeah.
Which what did he do?
Oh, he did John Wick 2. Yeah, he did Deadpool. What else did he do? I forgot what else he did. But yeah, he's like an action. He's like a former stunt guy who's an action director now.
Atomic Blonde, yeah. And Bullet Train.
I like Bullet Train. But
and the Hobbs and Shaw.
and
he just went down.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I like the first couple of Jurassic Park movies, and hopefully they could get back on track and do something that's like...
I mean, obviously the first two were amazing. I mean, when you watch the first one when you were a kid, and the effects on there like were almost real compared to like, you know, the dinosaurs now. They're super fake.
You know, I was obviously I was younger when those movies came out, and the first one's, you know, I look back now, the first one's obviously like top tier classic. My favorite when I was growing up were Jurassic Park 2 and Jurassic Park 3, dude.
Jurassic Park. I'll give you 2. 2 is good. 2 is amazing.
With Billy?
Because they gave you more of the dinosaurs. But 3? Really?
3? Alan. Dude, Alan. And then fucking Billy with the fucking pterodactyls. That dude was cool, man.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I was one of those. I was like, oh, I mean, you know what part I used to always like think that was so badass. Like I was like, oh, like as an actor, it'd probably be cool when I was younger. I'm like, when he's like running through the waterfall and like the pterodactyls like grab him and they pick him up. He's like, oh, and he falls. And it's like, oh, it's so fucking cool. Like I was just like, damn.
They just straight up took that from the Lost World when the T-Rex grabs the one that beard scientist guy because of the snake and grabs him by the arm, and then you see the blood go down the water.
Dude. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Fucking Julianne Moore. That's so good. What else you got? Any more gangbusters? What do you say? Any more brain busters?
More brain busters. I got one of two things, but
I got something.
Knuckles.
Oh, that Paramount Plus series.
Yeah.
I mean, Idris Elba's coming back. That's pretty cool. Idris Elba.
That would be fun.
So, one thing I was thinking about this past week that I wanted to bring up. So we got the Fantastic Four casting, and we also got a date of July 2025. The exact date, I don't know. But same time too, we got Superman Legacy announced for July 2025. And I think it's important to note that like this is going to be an interesting time, you know, for these two studios, DC led by James Gunn and obviously, you know, Marvel. This year all we have is Deadpool. So Deadpool hopefully is our saving grace, you know, hopefully will get us back on track, this and that. Our
Marvel Messiah.
Yeah. And so next year, I mean, like Fantastic Four is a big property, and that's, you know, hopefully that's the direction Marvel's going to go. Hopefully they'll go away from this whole like multiverse kind of like thing, and we'll focus more on the Fantastic Four, focus more on the X-Men, you know, but you know, Fantastic Four, that's kind of like it's like it's the next big thing coming from Marvel, you know. I mean, aside from Deadpool, you know, we're supposed to follow these characters for a while, like, and then this is supposed to be the franchise that's going to eventually give us Doom, you know. So Doom is, you know, we don't know yet if Kang is still going to be involved. Obviously not with Jonathan Majors, but there has been, you know, rumors that Domingo something from Fear the Walking Dead, that you know he might take up the role. But regardless,
I can see that. I could definitely see that.
Oh yeah,
because I know there was him. I know there was one mention, and I was like, nah, that's too far fetched with John David Washington.
Yeah, I thought about that.
It's like, no, I mean, he's a good actor, but I don't think he's like
menacing enough.
You know, not that he's menacing enough, but like I think he wants to do like projects. Like I don't know if he's really committed to just stick with one thing. I mean, you know, Domingo I think
Coleman Domingo.
Coleman Domingo. Yes, there you go. I know it was with C. Coleman Domingo. I can actually see him, dedicating himself to a role like that. I mean, he was with the Fear the Walking Dead from the beginning to the end, dude. Like, I mean,
yeah. So, yeah. So again, Fantastic Four. It's a big thing coming from Marvel, but even bigger is Superman Legacy coming for DC. Because like we just got a couple, maybe about a month ago, we got the announcement that Millie Alcock from House of the Dragon, she plays a young Rhaenyra Targaryen, is going to take up the mantle of Supergirl or Supergirl, but in her own movie. But James Gunn is casting. He has a lot of eggs in this basket of Superman Legacy. Like, and many people are saying that Superman Legacy needs to come out and it needs to hit. Because if Superman Legacy comes out and it's a bust, then where do we go from there? Like, you got to stop. Like, you can't continue on with this. Like, but if it's good, and we all love James Gunn and what he's done with the Guardians movies and made us fall in love with a group of characters that no one would have ever known of if it wasn't for James Gunn and Marvel. So it's just very interesting right now to anticipate and see how things are going to play out. Because, again, like, we got David Cornsweet, Rachel Brosnahan as, Clark and Lois. We got Lex Luthor, played by Nicholas Hoult, yes. We got Isabella Mercer. We got a bunch of people already cast for this movie, and we're all just waiting eagerly to see what's going to happen. So
the one I like is Anthony Carrigan. And if you're not familiar with that guy, he's from
Barry.
Barry. That guy was so good on that show. He was like my favorite character by far.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how things are going to go.
And obviously, since this is going to be a James Gunn directed movie, we got Sean Gunn in there, his brother.
Yeah, and Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, and Nathan.
Yeah, so it's just like as a as a fan, it's eager to see, like, oh shit, like, next year is the year, like, we really gotta like see what's gonna happen, with these superhero movies, because like people are.
And just going real quick, how do you feel about that Supergirl recast?
I mean, I really have nothing to base it off of. Like, she's apparently this iteration of the character is based off of a specific storyline in the comics. And this specific story like portrays Supergirl as like this rugged type of like not like Superman. Superman's like your good boy scout, isn't that? This one is like she's seen the shitty side of the world, or shitty side of things, as far as being on Krypton and like how like so she's more rugged and more dangerous. I like Millie Alcock. I thought she was amazing in House of Dragon, and like.
But I mean, despite the failure and how bad the Flash ended up, do you not think that?
Oh no,
they couldn't give Sasha Kali another opportunity.
And the thing is, like, I say this loosely, it's like you can't bring her into this because people will associate her with the Flash, and the Flash, they just want to cut, like, they just really want to like leave that in the past. And the only reason I say it light is because like you can't bring a character from that universe, but it's just like they're bringing, maybe John Cena as Peacemaker back, Viola Davis, apparently she's coming back as Amanda Waller. So it's just like they're really pick and choose who they want to bring back.
Well, yeah, because Peacemaker was a James Gunn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it was in the old DC, universe, whatever, like. Along with Harley Quinn and everybody. So it's just like James Gunn's like, he's made it a point to be like, no, like, we're leaving that behind because we're not bringing Henry Cavill. We're not bringing any of the big hitters, the cast that played them. But John Cena will maybe come back. Or Zola Managüena as Blue Beetle, he might be in our universe. Oh, Amanda Waller. Oh, she's not gonna get her whole movie. It's gonna be Viola Davis. Like, dude, like, what are you doing? So there's a lot like riding on this, like, and if they don't get it right, if the movie is a flop, shit, like, what's gonna happen with that? Like, are they gonna continue on? Are they gonna be Sony and just, keep releasing shit? I don't think so. Warner Brothers really, really, like, really, really hold Superman and these characters to a higher standard, to where, like, these better be good movies. If not, then, like, we're not gonna continue on with them. It's all business at this point, so it's gonna be interesting, really interesting. I'm eager to see in a year when we're sitting down at this table and be like, so we just saw Superman Legacy. How was it? It'd be fun.
Thoughts.
Yeah, exactly. Fantastic Four thoughts. And later on this year with Deadpool, like, all right, guys, here we are. We just watched Deadpool, and it's just like I don't know.
We're either gonna be like that, or we're gonna be like,
yeah,
dude,
yeah. So it's fun and interesting as, like, a fan to see what's going to happen with this. But Sony, you got to stop. You got to stop.
Yeah, just cut your losses, bro.
Yeah.
Come on. just do it. Just fall in line with Fox and just cut your losses.
Yeah. So, I'm good. But yeah, this was fun. I mean, there's a lot of things I know we want to talk about, and I think we got most of it. And some good beers. What do you think of the beers?
I definitely love that White Tiger's Blood from Blue Owl. Again, Blue Owl is based in Austin, Texas. If you're a big fan of sour beers, definitely give that one a try. It's really good. They have really good other beers that we've featured on the show before and that I've tried before, and they're just so amazing. I've definitely can't wait to go visit them. I know they've opened up their tap room like a year ago or so. Finally, because I know that was like in the works for a long time, and then COVID happened and stuff, so things got pushed. But they're finally open to the public, so definitely want to go pay them a visit. How was yours?
I mean, the first time I tried this,
Black is Beautiful.
Black is Beautiful. That one was real smooth. It was good. I mean, IPA. This one, no. I mean, the first time I tried it, I didn't like it, to be honest. But now I'm drinking it, I'm like, it's not too bad. Like, it's IPA, but it's not too bad. I mean, 5.3 alcohol, and it's more, I don't know, more tame, like more bitter for me. So it's good. I like it. I mean, good beers all around. Guys, if you could find these in the stores, try them out. Definitely hit up Weathered Souls and Blue Owl. If you guys are in Fredericksburg, Altstadt, I know it's a little funky. But yeah, I'm good to go. But I got pee. You got woo. Well, guys, I think that's it for us. And here in really good.
I think I'm pretty good here.
Yeah.
So, I know you need to go real quick, but just something that I wanted to do new. If you are watching us on YouTube, you're just going to be getting our regular outro music. But if you are listening to us on Spotify or any audio output, you're going to get a little special surprise here. So this band just recently came out with a new album. It's one of my favorite bands. I want to feature one of their songs while we do our outro here. So Alkaline Trio, Blood, Hair, and Eyeballs is the album, and it's also the name of the song that I'm going to feature. So there you go, guys, and cheers to you, Eddie.
Cheers.